This webinar is presented by Angela Fowler. If you have questions about this webinar or would like to schedule private training, please email Angela at Angela Fowler Training. That's ANGELAFOWLER Training at gmail.com. Welcome to A Bit About Canvas, where we discuss a popular learning management system, which is, though accessible, at times it's a bit confusing. First, I'm going to say a couple words before we get into the webinar. The first about web browsers. And if you've listened to any of my webinars before, you know that I recommend Google Chrome. It is right now the best, most accessible, most user-friendly web browser out there, and that is the case as well with Canvas. Firefox is second. I would avoid Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. I would avoid Microsoft Edge for just about everything, and Internet Explorer does not work with Canvas nearly as well as Chrome does. Okay, second thing I will say is that the best way to get to your particular Canvas is through your institution's login page. So for example, I work for Yuba College. So I went ahead and got on to the Yuba College portal, entered in my login information, and accessed Canvas from there. That gave me a direct link into my Canvas. If you go to the website for Canvas, you may or may not be able to log in. But I have found that you have, nothing is ever 100%, but you have closer than anything to 100% success by going into your school, through your school's portal. Okay, that having been said, let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and Alt-Tab over to Canvas.
Dashboard Google Chrome. Dashboard Google Chrome. Dashboard.
And I'm going to jump up to the top. Now you notice Jaws said Dashboard Google Chrome. The home page, if you will, of Canvas is called the dashboard. Now, there are a number of controls on the dashboard, each of which are rendered differently. Some of them are buttons, some of them are links. I should say they're about half and half. The primary navigation features are usually rendered as buttons. The links specific to your situation are rendered as links, but I'm just going to tab through here just because it is inconsistent.
Banner region, skip the content, same page link.
And of course you've got your skip to content link.
Global navigation region, dashboard link, account button.
Okay, so the first button that you come to, and it is a button, is the My Account button. So this is your general account settings. This is where you can change your password, etc., etc.
Dashboard link.
And then there's another link to dashboard. Why they have repeat links, I do not know. Just ignore them.
Courses button.
The next button takes you to your courses. This is a list of all the courses that you are currently signed up for, and you can also set it to show all the courses that you have signed up for in the past. So for instance, this is, well, the spring semester is over, but if this was spring 2020, you'd be able to show courses from fall 2019 and prior. If you signed up for a summer course, depending on the professor, you may or may not be able to see it here at this point. This is May 30th. I think just about everybody has had their finals and graduation and whatnot at this point. Unless they're on the quarter system. I'm not sure what the quarter system is doing, actually, come to think of it. I'm a CSU girl. I've been doing semesters all my life, so the quarter system confuses me. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and tab over one more time.
Calendar link.
And this is your calendar, and it's rendered as a link. See, this is where Canvas confuses people because you don't know. It's if you move by buttons or move by links, you might miss something.
800 messages inbox link.
Now this says 800 messages inbox. When your professor sends you something through Canvas, and again, I just tabbed over once to get to this. If your professor sends you something through Canvas, this is where it's going to be.
Commons link.
Honestly, don't know what that is. It's something that is specific to my Canvas. It's for faculty.
Help button.
And that's the help button.
Minimize global navigation button.
And that button will allow you to minimize that global navigation so that you don't have to go past it.
Main region, dashboard options button menu.
Okay, now we come to the main region dashboard options.
ICT-SPS test course. ICT-SPS test course. ICT-SPS test course. Manually created courses. Heading level 3 link
Now,
visited.
this next link, as I'm tabbing forward, you get into the links that are most relevant to you. So, for instance, in my Canvas, there's the YCDSPS test course. Now, that's a course that I created for the purpose of, well, I initially created it to test the course creation features for accessibility, but it eventually became a tool that I use to teach Canvas. And then under that, as I tab over,
choose a color or course nickname. Remove course card for ICT-SPS test course button collapsed.
And if I wanted to choose a color, choose a course nickname, you can also rearrange the courses. I only have one.
Actions for ICT-SPS test course navigation region. Announcements ICT-SPS test course. Assignments ICT-SPS test. Discussions ICT-SPS test course link.
Assignments, announcements, discussions, and all the other happy stuff that goes with it.
Complementary region. View calendar link. Start a new course button.
View calendar. Now, the next button is start a new course. If you have that ability to do that. If you're a student, you probably do not. But I'm going to jump up to the top here again because a lot of people like to navigate by heading. I like to navigate by heading. The first thing that I do when I come to a page is navigate by heading. So I miss a lot of that top navigation stuff when I do that, because when you hit H to navigate by heading,
Dashboard heading level 1.
you're going to get to a heading level 1 called dashboard. And I'm going to arrow down below that.
Dashboard options button menu collapse menu.
And I'm at dashboard options. So you can very quickly jump down to your course links by going to that first heading.
ICT-SPS test course visited heading level 3 link.
The second heading jumps down to test course. And then you get down to your
coming up heading level 2. Recent feedback heading level 2.
Upcoming events and recent feedback. So if you're in the middle of a class, if you have events upcoming, arrow down below that, because what you're going to get is you're going to get text output. It's not rendered in any way that you can click on it. So once again, starting from the top,
dashboard,
you can actually H down to your most recent feedback and your upcoming events.
Linked with recent.
And below your recent feedback,
list end. Start a new course. Link view. Link by instructor. Link privacy. Link Excel. Link by link view grades. Start a new course. Link view grades.
I have an option that says start a new course. You may or may not, but there's also an option that says view grades. So I can look at it and determine that I flunked my own test course. Not really. So that's an overview of the homepage. Does anybody have any questions at this time? Go ahead and unmute yourself using the shortcut Alt-A, and you can go ahead and ask any questions that you've got. I'm going to give everybody a minute to unmute. Okay, no questions. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a course, and I'm going to access it through the courses menu.
Account courses button. Enter. Close button. Courses trade dialog. Close button.
So I dropped down by button using the drop down to courses and then went ahead and hit enter, and it put focus on the close button. I'm not exactly sure why.
Dashboard.
But if I head up to the top and start tabbing over,
close button. ICT-SPS test course link.
I've got close, and then I've got the YCDSPS test course, which is the one I'm going to look at here.
Enter.
It's one that I created
ICT-SPS test course Google
especially for this purpose. Now, right now we're in instructor view. We do not want to be in instructor view.
JAWS find SCDSE space VIEW. Enter. Visited link student view. Enter complementary region student view link. Alert, you are currently logged into student view.
Thank you. So what I did there was I very quickly logged into student view by hitting Control F, which is basically the JAWS find command, typed in student view and then hit enter. Now, why did you not use the links list, Angela? Because there is a character before the S. I have no idea what it is, but JAWS does not speak it. And so using the links list does not work in that situation. Okay, do I hear somebody unmuted? So we're going to go to the top here. Now, we're going to go ahead and tab through the course, because before we do that, let me just say a word here, because every Canvas course is different, depending on the instructor, depending on the subject matter. I did a lot of wavering and going back and forth with myself before I decided that by George, I'm going to go ahead and do this this webinar, because each course is so different that teaching you one doesn't necessarily teach you the next one. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at some of the features in the test course. We're going to look at a discussion, and we're going to take a quiz, and we're going to look at the assignment submission feature, because these are the things I think that give people the most trouble. So we're going to go ahead and...
DSPS test course heading level 1. Course modules heading level 2. Heading level 2 module 1. Accessibility basics. Module 1. Accessibility list of 2 items. Visited link importance of accessibility. Visited link importance link. What is accessibility?
So module 1 is accessibility basics, and I just sort of threw everything together. If I H by heading, it'll show me module 1, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and find the assignment. First, we're going to find the assignments link.
JAWS find ASSIGNENTS. Enter. Link assignments. Enter. HT alert. You are currently logged into student view. Assignments. Assignments heading warning. For improved accessibility of reordering assignments and groups, please use the move the dialog option found in the menu. Link. What is accessibility?
So what I did was I just hit the letter U to jump to the next visited link once I explored under that heading.
Enter.
And I'm going to access the assignment called
What is accessibility?
Accessibility. Now,
what is accessibility? Heading level 1.
When I go to the top and I go down to the next heading by using the letter H, it'll give me the assignment title.
Submit assignment button.
First thing it's going to say is submit assignment, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I gotta...
List of free items. Due after 12 by 11:59 p.m.
The next thing you're going to see now, the best thing to do at this point is just arrow down for the information, because a lot of it is text. It's not clickable. It says it's due on April 12th. I realized after I created this that I randomly made everything due on Easter Sunday. I would not do this in real life.
Points 50.
Supposedly worth 50 points. I have not turned it in yet, and it's the end of May.
Submitting a text entry box or a file upload. List end. Read the article Accessibility Basics on the Usability Gov website. Then answer the following questions. 1. What, according to the article, does Section 508 require? 2. Who benefits from accessibility of online content? 3. List 4 best practices for making online content accessible.
Okay. So that's the assignment. I'm supposed to read the article, right? And then I'm supposed to answer the questions. Now, if I click on the link to the article, I believe I have it set to open in a new window, but that will actually leave the Canvas webpage. And then we'll be taking kind of a red herring here. So I'm going to go ahead.
No edit boxes.
And
previous button. Wrapping to top. Account but courses button. What is accessibility? Submit assignment button.
Just jump to it by going down to the heading and hitting the B to go down to the next button.
Enter. Main region tab. File upload tab selected. 1 of 3.
Submit assignment.
Text entry tab selected. 2
I'm
of 3.
going to submit it in the form of a text entry.
Text entry tab panel. Keyboard shortcuts link.
Now, if it requires a file entry, if you have to submit a file, what you're going to do...
Tab. Text file upload tab selected. 1 of 3. File upload tab panel. File button. Add another file button. File button.
You're going to hit the button that says File. And when you do that, it's going to come up with a typical Browse for Files dialog box that will allow you to browse the file on your PC, and you'll be able to upload it into the assignment. But we're not going to...
Tab. File up. Text entry tab selected. 2 of 3.
Go ahead and go down to Text Entry.
Text entry tab panel. Keyboard shortcuts link.
And now you've got the good old Canvas text submission box, which has a lot of controls and can be really confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump down to the edit box.
Edit.
By hitting E. Now this edit box is not labeled, so we're going to make sure it's the one we want by hitting E again.
Comments, edit. Wrapping to top, edit.
Okay, so the comments, the box labeled comments is not the assignment.
Enter rich content editor.
Free box. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit enter on the unlabeled box, and I'm going to type everybody benefits from accessibility.
EVERYBODY space BENEFITS FROS space CCESSIBILITY. Exclaim. Application mode.
Now, notice that I just habitually hit the PC cursor button to get out of form mode. That does not work in Canvas. Canvas is treated as an application by Google Chrome, so I'm going to tab over
comments edit contains text.
The comments box.
Cancel button. Submit assignment button. Enter.
Submit assignment.
HTTPS. What is accessibility?
I just answered one of the 4 questions in the assignment. Take after my technology skills, not my academic skills in this case. So, let's go on to a discussion.
JAWS find dialog. Find DISCUSSION. Enter. Link discussions. Enter. HTTP alert. You are currently alert. Discussions.
And
5 regions.
it's reminding me once again that I'm in student view, of which I am well aware. Before I go
Shane
on,
Winner has lowered hand.
Shane, did you have a question?
A really quick one. Sorry. I noticed you were entering text into the text field there. And do you normally just enter the text and hit submit, or have you found functions like the spell checker there accessible?
I'll tell you what I have done in the past, and it's mainly because I'm more familiar with Microsoft Office. What I've done in the past is I have I've entered my assignment in Microsoft Word, spell checked it there, and then copied and pasted it into Canvas.
Yeah, makes sense. You do what I do. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. In fact, I should test out the spell checker just to see how accessible it is. Any other questions? Okay. So we have a discussion here that we're going to participate in. So we're gonna go ahead and navigate by heading down to
Discussions heading level 1. Discussions heading level 2. Importance of accessibility last posted May 3rd at 11:33 a.m. Visited heading level 3 link. Enter.
And we have a
HT alert.
discussion called
Our current topic,
Importance of Accessibility. And it's reminding us once again that we are in student view. Thank you very much, Canvas.
Importance of accessibility heading level 1.
Okay, so we're going to go Importance of Accessibility, and we're going to
Link Angela Fowler.
down. It was authored by me.
All sections button. No unread replies. One reply. Why is it so important to incorporate accessibility into online content?
Why is it so important to incorporate accessibility into online content? Now, it's very similar to the assignment in that the edit box isn't labeled.
Search entries are author edit.
So in hitting the letter E, the first edit box you come to is search entries or author. So if I wanted to look for all posts by Shane, for example, I could just type in his name and they would come up for me.
Wrapping to top. Search entries are author edit.
Now.
Top importance of accessibility. All sections button. Collapse group expand replies button. You are subscribed. Reply to importance of accessibility button. Enter.
The first thing that we need to do before we reply to the message is hit the reply button, which is rendered as a button. So if you jump down by button through all those controls after you go to that first heading, that's the quickest way to get to it.
Edit.
Now,
enter.
Once again, it is an unlabeled edit box. So at this fleeting moment in time until they change it, the unlabeled edit boxes are the ones we're looking for, which I'm sure confuses people, right? I mean, you're looking for an edit box that says enter assignment text or something to that effect, but no. So I'm going to go ahead and answer this. Why is it important to make things accessible? Well, so that everybody can access it.
SOSTACEVERYBODY period.
Seems obvious, doesn't it?
Reset student link. Leave student view link. View site information button. Leave student view.
So.
Account button. Wrapping to bottom. Course navigation button. Modules button. Collapse. Top search edit. Blank. 0 words. 0 blank. Edit. Toolbar end. Edit.
It's saying that I didn't.
Visited link. Leave student view. Link reset student. Resetting. You are currently logged into student view. Course navigation button. Modules wrapping to top. Search entries are author edit. Edit. Toolbar edit. Blank. 0 words. Blank.
All
edit.
the time.
Enter. Main region.
It's not. It didn't recognize what I typed. It happens to you too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
These are the teaching moments, right? These are the things that these are the things that you run into, so that you can figure out how to get out of them. Now, I just hit Insert Escape to refresh the screen, and I'm going to try to type this again.
SO space WCAN space SUBMIT space OUR space SASSIGNENTS period. So we can submit our assignments.
So we can submit our assignments, right? So that.
Attach.
So when I tab over, now it says attach, because now it is recognizing that I've actually written words in the doc. So if it does that to you again, I'm going to go ahead and back out of this, and I'm going to delete what I just wrote.
TESTING. Testing.
So when you type something and you hit Insert Numpad 8
G blank.
to read the line, or you arrow through it, or something like that, it should read what you wrote. If it does not, use Insert Escape to refresh the screen, and
attach.
It should work for you.
Account button. Wrapping to bottom. Edit and wrapping to top. Search entries are author edit. Edit contains text.
I just did what I just told you to do, not to do at the beginning of this lesson. Because it's so hard to know what is rendered as a link and what is rendered as a button, I made an assumption that the B command to move by button would take me to submit. It did not. So we're just going to tab through this.
Content editor, 0 word.
It's still saying
application
0
mode.
words. Okay, I know I typed in there. It recognized them.
P button application control. P button application. JAWS. Help. P2 word. Resetting. You are currently logged into This student help view. Brand new student minimize global minimize brand view. This Pilar reset key to word help. Inbox. Office 306 testing calendar. Testing. PC. Escape. Rich text area. Press Alt F8 for help frame. Edit. Attach. Cancel link. Post reply button.
Okay. So what I did there basically was I
Enter. Reply to
escaped
importance of
out of
accessibility.
whatever mode it was in. I did a little exploring with the PC or the JAWS cursor to make sure there wasn't a dialog box up there that I needed to attend to. There was not. I escaped out of whatever it thought it was in, and then I tabbed over to post reply, which was in fact a button. So it's a little fickle. It doesn't always cooperate, but with the screen refresh, escaping out of any sort of tangential mode it gets itself in, and if you really get stuck, just hit F5 to refresh the page. Okay, before I take my quiz, anybody have any questions?
This is Phil. So
Yeah.
I always also encounter the same problem. You have entered 0 word. Is there a pattern? Is there specific keys or arrow down certain times, or how do we make sure we are entering text?
So what I did was I hit the letter E until I got to the unlabeled edit box. I hit enter to go in, and then I started typing. Either it didn't realize that I was in the edit box.
Link text.
I'm going to do this.
Manage discussion entry button. Reply to next button. Reply to comment button. Enter. Topic.
I'm going to
Importance.
reply to my own
Virtual
comment.
PC. Topic. Search entries or author edit.
So what I did was I very quickly hit enter on reply, went to the top of the page, and then hit E until I came to the unlabeled edit box.
Enter.
I hit enter to go into it. And now I'm going to give it a minute to get it through its head that I'm actually in the edit box. Arrow around. It's not recognizing that I'm in the edit box. It's just not in the right frame of mind. So I'm going to hit...
Main region. Keyboard shortcuts link.
I'm going to tab out of it.
Article region. Manage discussion entry button. Edit. Enter.
Then I'm going to go
Manage
back
discussion
into
entry
it.
button menu.
Huh.
Menu. Go to topic 1 of application mode. Leaving menus. Keyboard shortcuts link. Topic. Search edit. Enter. T-H-A-T space S-P-A-O-T space A space G-O-O-D space A. Minimize global navigation button. Topic. Importance of access. Search entries or author edit. Edit. Enter. T-H-A-T space S-P-A-O-T space N space A-N-S-E-E-R. HTTPS and structure. Reset student link. Complementary region tab. Links tab panel. Course. Resets. Leave student view link. Modules button. Discussions button. Announcements button collapsed.
Yeah, there's a focus issue, isn't there?
Mm.
When you tab out of the edit box, sometimes it doesn't let you tab back into it.
Topic.
Or shift tab back
Search
in.
entries or author edit. Enter. Topic.
Yeah.
M-O-E. Topic. Importance of accessibility are currently
I have
logged.
a
Topic. Importance
suggestion
of
that
searching.
works for me.
Edit.
If
Enter. F-R-U-S-E-R-A-T-I-N-G. HTTPS:// Reset student link.
This is frustrating.
F5. Alert. You are currently
I'm going
logged
to
into
go ahead
topic.
and
Importance of
refresh
access.
this, and I'm going to give it a minute here.
Topic. Import. Search wrapping to top. Search entries or author edit. Wrapping to top. Collapse replies button. Account button. Courses button. Account wrapping to bottom. Next button. Reply to comment button. Enter.
Hit reply to comment.
Article end. Link keyboard shortcuts. Edit. Enter. Main read. Blank. T-E-S-T. T. Test.
Well, it worked that time.
Attach. Cancel link. Post reply button. Enter. Reply to comment button.
It's very inconsistent behavior. So, and I'm using the latest JAWS, Windows 10, everything's updated. So, yeah, there's definitely an accessibility bug with Canvas there. So the best thing to do again is just type your reply somewhere else, like in a Word document, and then once the edit box starts acting like an edit box, so you type a letter, it recognizes the letter, it acts like a good edit box should, then you can copy and paste your response.
Yes, yeah, copy and pasting, that's a good idea, so that we don't waste our effort doing it again.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's frustrating, and we've all had this happen. We spend 10 minutes constructing a discussion post only to have it act up on us.
Right.
And our time is fleeting enough as it is. We don't have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for this. So my last item is to take a quiz.
JAWS find dialog. Find what? Edit com E X A M. Enter. Screen find result dialog. Enter. Topic: Importance of accessibility.
And
Importance of accessibility. Link article. Manage discussion. Press the comma key or shift question mark to see. Link Office 300. Link follow. Discover. Manage discussion. All sections button. Search entries or author. Filter. Collapse replies. Visit. Topic. Visited link. DSPS test course.
we want to
Enter.
go back to the test
HTTPS
course
alert. You are currently
the
6 regions. 4 assignments. Visited link discussions. Link grades. Link people. Link visited link announcements. Visited current page. Link home. Link unvisited link
I'm
assignments.
just going to arrow down
Visited link
to
discussions. Link grades. Link people. Link syllabus. Link quizzes.
the link because I couldn't
Enter.
remember there for a
HTTP
second if it was
quizzes,
under
Google Chrome. Visited.
exams or quizzes. It says quizzes.
Quizzes.
So
Quizzes heading level 1. Wrapping the top. Quizzes search for quiz. Link module 1 quiz. Enter.
good old
H
module
alert. You are
1
currently
quiz. So
6 regions. 2 headings
when
and
we
list.
go into the quiz, we haven't started the quiz yet.
Module 1 list of 4 items. Due April 12 at 11:59 p.m.
It's due April 12th again. This is May 30th.
Points 30. Questions 5. Time limit none.
It's worth 30 points and it has 5 questions.
List end. Heading level 2 instructions. Please answer all questions. Link resume quiz.
Okay, so the link to resume
Enter.
the
Main
quiz
region.
is not,
Alert. You are quiz. Module
in
1 quiz.
this
Google.
case, not rendered as a button. It's rendered as a link.
Quiz. Module 1 quiz heading quiz instructions heading level 2. Question 1 heading level 2.
So each question is delineated by a heading. So there's a heading, this is question 1 here. But I'm going to go ahead and tab over to the answers because
Main region. Question region. Group of answer choices. Section 508 radio button not checked. 1 of 4. Group start. Enter. Quiz. Module 1 quiz. Main region. Question region. Group of answer choices. The ADA radio but 2. Flag this question checkbox not blank. Please answer all
I'm
questions.
going to go ahead.
Question 1 heading level
And-
2. 5 PTS.
Okay, this question is worth 5
Which law
points.
governs the accessibility of government information?
Which law governs the accessibility of government information?
Group start. Group of answer choices. Section 508 radio button not checked. 1 of the ADA radio button not checked. The Wagner Act radio button. HR 530 radio button not checked. 4 of 4. Group end. HR the ADA section 5 the ADA radio button not checked. Space. Group of answer choices. The ADA radio button checked. 2 of 4.
So when you H down, when you use, you can arrow down through the radio buttons, select the one you want, and then H down to the next question, right?
Question 2 heading level 5 PTS. Who benefits from the accessibility of online content? Group start. Group of everyone radio button not checked. Space. Everyone
And
radio
I
button.
just hit F down to the word everyone.
Question 3 heading 5. Why is it so important to make our online content accessible? So that people with disabilities can access it as well as those without disabilities. Radio button not checked. 1 of space. So that people with disabilities can access it as well as those without disabilities. Radio button checked. 1 of 4.
Why do I have the correct answer always showing up as choice 1?
Question 4 heading level 5 PT. Which of these is not a best practice for making online content accessible? Which of these is not a best practice? Provide videos without closed captioning or audio description. Radio button not checked. Space. Provide
Yes,
videos.
that is clearly not a best practice.
Questions heading list of same page link. List of 4 items. Same answered. Same page link question 1. Same page link answered. Same page link question. Questions heading level 3. Question 4 heading level 2. Questions.
And
Question. Submit quiz button. Enter.
we're going to submit this
HTTP
because
alert. You are current.
I
Module 1 quiz.
apparently
ATS.
forgot to include question 5. Question 5 was supposed to be an essay question, which we would have dealt with in the same way that we dealt with the other 2 situations where we needed to write something. Okay, well, that is all I had to cover at this point. I'm going to go ahead and stop screen share.
Alt S. Alt Shift S. JAWS home and meeting controls. Oak pause button. Noosh pause share button.
Okay, there we go. Anybody have any questions at this point?
I have another quick one.
Yes.
I've never been brave enough to try this. So if you happen to know off the top of your head, if you miss an answer in a quiz and hit the submit button, does it warn you before it goes off and submits your incomplete quiz? Do you know?
Well, let's...
Alert sharing.
I didn't change this.
Meeting controls. JAWS home manual. Untitled note. Zoom. Module 1 quiz. DSPS test. Please answer all.
I'm
So-
always worried I miss a...
Module 1 quiz heading level 1 list of 4 items. Due April 12 at 11 points. Questions time limit none. List end. Heading level 2 instructions. Please answer all questions.
So I went back to Module 1 quiz, and I'm arrowing down because I just submitted the quiz, but I didn't do anything else. So I'm arrowing down.
Heading level 3 attempt history. Summary. A table that shows your quiz attempt history. Each attempt is on the left side. The attempt table with blank. Attempt. Time. Score. Latest. Link attempt 1. 73,543 minutes. 15 out of 30. Table end. Score for this quiz. 15 out of 30. Submitted May 30th at 4:37 p.m. This attempt took 73,543 minutes.
Oh, wow. It seems that I started this quiz several days ago and I'm actually resuming it today. But the answer to your question is no. Once you submit it, it's submitted. So
All right.
best idea then is to just double and triple
Meeting
check
controls.
Yeah.
Pause share button.
and make sure that you've got the answers you want.
Those pesky edit fields, if they don't fill and you hit that submit button, they're gone.
Yeah. So again, that insert escape that refreshes the screen will, in most cases, bring those edit fields into greater focus. So you can actually look at them and see what you've done. Any other questions?
Personally, I found that using the iPhone app to take the quiz gives me more confidence that I actually answered the question. It seems to be more accessible on the Canvas iPhone app than on the website.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, especially when you're trying to deal with edit boxes, I wonder if those would be more accessible on the iPhone app.
Yeah, for edit box in the iPhone app, I simply use the dictation
Right.
to eke my answer, and then for the radio button, I simply just double tap on the choice, and yeah, it's more consistent than the website.
Good tip. All right, excellent. Anything else?
So Angela, if you don't mind telling us, what do? You say you work at college?
That is a beautiful segue. Yes, I do. I do work for a community college. I am also an assistive tech trainer on the side. So if you need to work on Windows or Office or Microsoft Outlook, or if you got some obscure program that you want me to check out for you, shoot me an email. I'm going to put my email address. I love an edit box that does what it's supposed to do. And if you have trouble accessing the chat, or if you're listening to this via the recording, my email address is angelafowlertraining@gmail.com. That's my name, ANGELA, F as in Frank, OWLER, training@gmail.com. And if you're interested in pursuing training, go ahead and get in touch, free consultation and all that good stuff. But yeah, in my day job, I'm the alt media specialist for the Office for Students with Disabilities at Yuba Community College.
Great. So how is your college handling the transition to distance learning now? Are there any challenges?
Well, I think we're having the same challenges everybody else is. It's tough. It's tough for some of these, and the fact that we had to switch on a dime from traditional face-to-face education to distance education, I think that made it real tough for some folks. And distance learning, as much as I am a proponent of distance learning, it isn't for everybody. It just isn't. So any questions about Canvas? If not, I will stop the recording and we can chat about coronavirus or whatever whatever we want to chat about. But do we have any questions about Canvas?
One more quick one.
Sure.
Again, not sure if you've played with this. At the front of the call you mentioned Microsoft Edge wasn't usable with Canvas. I've never played with it. Does that refer also to the Chromium version of Edge?
Less so.
Okay.
But it still has a way.
Still not so good. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Well, this concludes our webinar on a bit about Canvas. Again, those of you joining me live, if you want to stay after class for a few minutes, feel free to do so. But I am going to stop the recording at this time and say good night, everybody.